Hey, how's it going? Welcome back to Tragedy. Welcome back to everything you know and love dying slowly in front of your eyes, and it's basically your fault. I forgot to start the game up. I'm assuming that the one I'm supposed to start up is the one that I titled Real Shit. Click this one. I have a very good naming system, as long as this is the right one. Yeah. All right. Hey, yeah, how's it going? Let me just real quick. There's a bug on my screen. That's cool. No, stop, please. Just switch over to that. Can you see it? I didn't plug in my controller. I'm real prepared today. If you can't tell, I've really prepared. You started early. Technically it's early. Basically, my line of thinking was daylight savings time. Decided to fuck most of the known world by moving the clock back by an hour. So I thought, in revenge, I will move my stream back by an hour and fuck with you. That's this is how I get my kicks. This is how I get back at daylight savings time is by punishing new people who had nothing to do with it. They should abolish daylight savings time. I really despise it. It's absolutely it confuses me for weeks afterwards. I know it's not that complicated. You just move the clock back an hour. I understand it, but like it confuses me for so fucking long because my car is from 1992. That battery did not fucking change, or that clock did not change. Whatever. Hey, how are you? Welcome to Pokemon. You may or may not remember where we were. This seems to be how we usually start this whenever we're back in Pokemon, but it's been a fucking month since we played Pokemon. I think that was necessary because otherwise we would have just like killed ourselves. I own a gun now, so my killing myself jokes have a little bit more punch. Except I don't know how you shoot yourself with a rifle. But it was going pretty bad. You might remember that we ended it last episode. 4 fucking Pokemon died. They were all like pretty decent ones. Fucking Garfield died. And then Ocean Man died, who's been with us for most of the game, and he did fuck all, so he's still in hell. That doesn't mean it's not sad, right? You might have a family member who like doesn't do much, and if he died, it wouldn't really affect you directly, and he's probably going to hell. You know who you are, but you would still be sad about it. He's part of the family. You don't want him to go into hell. It's sad when anybody goes to hell, but it might be, you know, in his case, it might be justice. Yeah, so a lot of people are dead. So we've got a pretty shit team. The only guy who's even, like, related to our old teams is basically just Craig. Craig is still around. Craig is still, like, he's the best Pokemon we have on the team. Four Eyes is okay. Charlotte is probably gonna end up being okay, but in general, our team is kind of garbage. It's kind of really bad. It's kind of just what we fucking had left over from all of our, you know, all of our deaths. Basically, if this team dies, it's game over. Technically, right? We got 12 other Pokemon, but they're all bad, almost without exception. There might be a couple in here that are not too bad. I'm gonna just get a move on because I have a feeling that our first course of action here is to grind up, because I'm pretty sure. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure that our next course of action is to go to the gym, and I'm also pretty sure that the next gym has its highest level Pokemon, level 46. Whereas our highest level Pokemon is level 36. For those of you who didn't pass math class, that's a fucking 10 level difference. That's more than 25% difference. It's pretty big. That's a pretty sizable difference. That's the kind of thing that normally you would say, like, yeah, that's probably not gonna win that. In fact, I don't even know why I said normally. That's just something you would say. Not gonna win that. I'm gonna throw away this leaf stone. There's basically a 0% chance that we can run into an Eevee. I think that's like the only thing that he's used it on. I don't actually wait, no. No, that evolution didn't happen yet. What is a leaf stone for? Yeah, they don't even use leaf stone, do they? The evolution it's only like one certain rock you have to use, right? Yeah. The fuck is the leaf stone? Maybe I'll keep it? This thing revives all fainted Pokemon. That's actually worthless. Can I sell it? Is there a shop here? If there's not a shop here, I'll just throw it away because I'm lazy. Can't run here. I guess it would damage the structural integrity, but luckily I can damage the structural integrity of the world by fast forwarding. No, there's no shop here. I'm just gonna throw it away. It's like one of the most valuable items in the game, in a sense, but it's worthless when they're just dead. You can't bring them back. That's just a placebo witch doctor shit. Also, you know, I was holding on to this because I thought, like, Latios, it's fucking randomized. There's a chance. No. No. If you happen upon a whale lord, I like how you separated those into two words. Not the Pokemon whale lord, but a whale lord. You can get the Reggie Pokemon events. Is that how that works? That means it's impossible, right? I mean, like, it's all the Pokemon are randomized. How would I find a whale lord? And do you really need a whale lord to... That's not right, is it? I'm throwing this away. We're not going to get a Latios or Latias. We're probably going to get no other Pokemon for the rest of the game. I'd just like to point... We will probably get one when we get to Victory Road. Victory Load. I'll show you my Victory Load. But, yeah, I don't think that's... We're probably not going to get any more Pokemon. This is probably what we have to work with. And we're just going to have to make do. We're just going to have to make these Pokemon the best they can be. We're just going to have to train. We're just going to... This is the bottom of the barrel. 9th inning. Bottom of it. This is when we either prove ourselves or we fucking die. And that's it. Need a Relicanth and a Wailord for it in the 1st and 6th slot, respectively. Okay, so that's not gonna happen. That's impossible. Just in case any of you aren't aware of the fucking E team that we're running with, this is who's left. We've got Rotsurtsno, fun fact, did you know gaming? It's unstricter backwards. Haha, that joke again. Charlotte, as in the daughter of Mike Pence. Mike Pence, one of the best Pokemon we had this entire time. The giant upon whose shoulders we're standing on, dead. Charlotte's the daughter, because it's a strong electric type. You understand, you're not stupid. Craig, the only one on this team who's, like, survived more than, like, a week. I guess it's been, like, a month, but, like, you know, more than 10 minutes in game time. He's pretty good. 4 eyes, he's just... there's not much to say about him. He's just a Noctowl that's probably okay, I think. He's got good special attack, which means his confusion's okay. And his normal's not the worst. Yeah, he's alright. He's okay. We've got OK, who is self-explanatory, and we've got John, which after Garfield died is in it for vengeance. And he's actually pretty decent. A special attack is his highest stat, and that's what we like to see. As long as he can get some good water moves, which he has. So, good. Also, I realized that we left and we needed to heal. I don't know why I saved the game before healing and not after healing. I guess I just secretly have a subconscious yearning to die. That would explain a lot. That would explain most of this game, actually. Arbok is absolutely shit and he doesn't learn good moves, but at least he's a poison type. Well, our next gym is water, so I don't really know if it being a poison type is that great. I think I taught Arbok something, right? Didn't I teach him some good move? Some decent move? Yeah, he's got Sludge Bomb. And Sludge Bomb is the only saving grace that Arbok has, that Rotsurtsno has. His special attack's okay. His attack is better, which is not good. But it's not his lowest stat. His lowest stat is special defense. That's fine. Fuck, whatever. His special attacks are alright. Sludge Bomb is a good move. It's only got 10 PP, but as we've established, it's about what you do with your PP, not how big it is. Noctowl learns Dream Eater. That would be sweet, actually. Does he learn it soon? Because I think he has Hypnosis. Yeah. Hypnosis plus Dream Eater could be a nice little combo. What I'm gonna do here, some of you may have guessed, some of you are pretty smart, don't come to school tomorrow, etc. What I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna go back to this Blissey grinding zone so that we can level up a little bit, because we're at a minimum like 10 levels behind where we need to be, and these Blissies give a lot of EXP. The problem with this, and why I'm kind of hesitant to do it, there's two problems, obviously. The first problem, didn't mean to save, meant to fast forward. The first problem, I guess there's three problems. The first problem is that I don't like grinding, so I'm not happy about this, but we'll just bullshit, that's fine. We can talk about current events, we can talk about bullshit, you know, that's fine. Stop doing that. The other problem is that there's a bunch of Pokemon here that aren't Blissies, which is going to slow things down. And the third problem is that one of those Pokemon here that isn't a Blissey is a Slacking, and that's what killed our last Pokemon in this exact same spot, doing exactly what we're doing right now, which would lead you to believe that, like, maybe not the best idea. maybe we should do something else. But I mean, if you've got any ideas, you fucking send them my way. All right? Like this still seems to be our best course of action. Is to kill a bunch of, because I mean, look at that fucking EXP. Even killing Articunos didn't give us this much EXP. Blissies are just, they're grinding machines. It's too. It seems like no matter what level we're at, you kill 2 Blissies and you level up. Which, you do the math on that and it starts to sound not as good, because you're like, fuck, we gotta kill like 100 Blissies. But still, it could be worse. And it really could. Like, basically any other Pokemon in this game is worse. And it doesn't take that long to kill a Blissey. It takes a little longer when you're retarded and you keep accidentally pressing up on the D-pad, because the Xbox D-pad is pretty fucking terrible. But, in fact, it might be better for me to just use the arrow keys. Also, yeah, like, just for comparison, this is a Bellsprout that is at a higher level than the Blissey we're just fighting, and now just take a look at how little EXP we're gonna get. Yeah. Not even a fourth. Not anything. So, this is definitely the best course of action, I think, because that's going to be the case with any other Pokemon we fight. I'm happy there haven't been a lot of Slacking, so that might be telling me that it's kind of a rarer Pokemon to find. In fact, yeah, I wish the Blissies were a little more common, but other than that, this might go well. Hey, how are you? How are you doing? I'm very happy the stream is actually working this time. Yesterday, it just didn't. It just didn't work. I don't know why. It just died on me. It's probably for the best. I was in a pretty bad mood yesterday. Which is strange for me. I haven't really been in a bad mood ever in my life. I didn't know how to handle it. Landon, don't fucking talk to me ever. Yeah, I've never really been in a bad mood in my life, so I was a little concerned about the fact that I was put in a bad mood. It was from watching some particularly bad WebMs. I'm not talking about people getting their heads cut off. I think that should be like, I should preface with that. It's like, I've seen people get their heads cut off. Whatever. You know, the day before, 2 days ago, I saw a video of some guy, 2 guys, slide down a diagonal face of a building, which they thought would just be a fun time. One of them landed on his ass and probably broke it. The other guy looked like he died because he landed right on his fucking head. Like, it was real bad. That does nothing to me. Doesn't faze me. Nothing. But then there were a bunch of WebMs of people playing VR chat. Ruined my day. Absolutely ruined my day. And that is not a joke. I was in a bad fucking mood after just some videos of some people playing VR chat. That's all it took. Person fucking died right in front of me? Nothing. It happens. What are you gonna do? VR chat? The world is falling apart. How do I... Civilization is gone. Other than that, though, things have been pretty good. Except my car's not working, also. That's pretty cool. Happy about that. Probably gonna go fix it myself. I think I know how to fix it, but it's still pretty good. Still pretty happy about, you know, not going to work the last couple days because I couldn't use the car. So I'm not making any money. It's pretty nice. I'm pretty okay with that one. What was I gonna say? There's some other point to that, other than me just complaining. I don't know what the other point to that was. 100% Blissey. Are you saying 100% that's what we should be doing? I need to heal Rutserd Snow. This is what sucks about his only good move having 10 PP. Yeah. 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 Oh, but yeah, the VR chat thing. It's like it was like the perfect storm of things that make me mildly upset that all together made me a little upset. Like for the biggest point is none of it was funny. And it was all posted on 8chan in a WebM thread, so you can find this yourself. You know, if you know how to use a fucking address bar, you know how to get to 8chan. You're a hacker. You're a true gamer. Then you can do this yourself. You can try this experiment at home. You can go ruin your day. But they were all posted on 8chan, and that was the first point. It's like I don't understand why they were. None of them were funny. It was just a bunch of videos of like streamers and such watching other people play VR chat, a lot of which were 20-something-year-old men, about my age, I would assume, most of them. Probably, you know, I might have even known some of them. That's just like probably not, but like it's a real possibility. And they were using like, you know, anime girl avatars. Avatars, is that what you models in VR chat? And just like doing strip teases and shit. And like everyone in the VR, like everyone else who was playing was like all for it, you know, like ooh, it's so funny. And that's the worst part, is it wasn't funny. If it was funny, if it was cringy, if it was anything like that, why am I fighting this fucking Bellsprout? No, stop. If it was anything like that, it would have been like, okay, I understand. All right, sure, that these people are bad. But like, you know, like they're probably going to hell. That's depressing in its own right. But like I can handle that. That's like the world as we know it, right? But this is more just like everything about it. Like it was sincere in being very like homosexual in like a hip way. Everyone was all for it. It's getting posted on 8chan, implying that there's some sort of reason to watch this. And a lot of people on 8chan usually think the way I do. So I'm trying to figure out why they're posting this. And it's just like everything about it just rubbed me the wrong way. It's real bad. There are very few funny VR chat videos. That's part of the reason why I watched more than one of them, was I was like, well, fucking one of these has to be funny. Who is... like, who's post... Something's got to be funny, right? Somebody's posting it. I trust 8chan people, generally. You know, some of them are in the chat right now. I might even consider myself one of those sorts of people. You know what I mean? If you've been around, like, I don't know, 8chan, is a lot of the people, especially if you get them outside of the actual image board, they're cool guys. They think kind of similarly. There's sort of like a skepticism and like a shared idea, you know, like among people. You know what I mean? But I don't know. That was pretty bad. It was just bad. It was just some gay shit. It was just really gay shit. And like, normally, you know what I would compare it to? I would compare it to watching Common Filth. Back when Common Filth wasn't himself filth. Hot take. Yeah, that's what I would compare it to. Is it reminds me kind of when you would watch a bunch of Common Filth videos, and when you first start watching them, it's like, oh, these people are fucking nutso. It's so funny. I can't believe someone's fucking getting AIDS on purpose. What a wild world. And you watch like 3 of them, and you're like, I want to fucking end myself and then everyone else. I know that's not possible, but that's what I want to do. It's that kind of feeling. if you ever experienced that one. It's pretty nice. It's pretty, you know, it's a classic classic feeling. You know, some of you know what I'm talking about. Loli VR chat as tomato red. I don't understand what that means. One thing you gotta take into account, VR chat is unfortunately gonna be the future of gaming. No, it's not. It's fucking Second Life for well, Second Life's already for... It's Second Life for men who enjoy dressing like women. That's all that VR chat is. It's not anything new. You know, like it's just... It's the same shit that's been around. It's just that in this time, the flavor of the year is not furries like it was with Second Life, but instead homosexuals and sissy men. Because those are two very distinct categories, of course. Trap gaming. I mean, like, honestly, that's what it is. It's just... And just like Second Life, you can occasionally get some video of someone making fun of the people inside of it, and it'll actually be funny, and it's worth a watch, you know. I've seen it with VR chat. I've seen it with Second Life. It's not like... But like, most of the humor's usually from how shitty the people are and just antagonizing them. You know, like Smegma King made some videos on that. Sebastian, whatever. I don't remember his actual YouTube name, like the actual account name, but Jimmy knows what I'm talking about at least. What I meant was the whole VR portion. Oh yeah, no, VR is definitely the future, just like all the other 3 times in the past that it was the future. You know. No, this time it's for real, guys. This time, VR is actually gonna catch on. Even though it's still a stupid gimmick with no good games. I've heard that maybe there's one good game, and no, VR chat doesn't fucking count before you even start. I've heard there's one good game. There's that game where you, like, swing around in kind of an open world with, like, a grappling hook. It looks pretty cool. I don't know if it's worth buying an entire fucking headset for it, but it does look neat. So I will say that maybe VR chat has one good game, as far as I can tell. But other than that, it's just games that you already own, or you've already played, or if you haven't played them, it's because you're not interested in them. But now you can move your head around, and the guy inside the game moves too. Amazing. So far, technology has come to where now I can strap a screen in front of my face. I couldn't do that 20 years ago. Well, actually, you probably couldn't do that 20 years ago. But that's fucking stupid. It's just stupid. Everything's stupid. Life sucks. Drop out. I wouldn't ever buy anything ever. That's a sentiment I can get behind. I don't even know if you're talking... anything ever is a little harsh, but, like, if I had the choice, fuck, hey. If I could live off of nothing, that might be... Well, I'd probably still have video games, but you don't have to pay for those. So, yeah, I'd probably... Yeah. That's the true, like, cyberpunk future that we're going into. Is that you don't work, you don't spend money, you don't make money, but everybody you know does. And somehow, anyone you talk to... Anyone you come in regular contact with that seems like a real human being is not buying anything, and yet the system continues, like, somebody's buying something. Somebody's buying all of it. That's the cyberpunk future, I assume, is gonna happen. It's like with mobile games, how, like, most people don't buy anything with, like, the microtransactions and shit like that, but a few people spend fucking thousands of dollars on it, the whales, you know? That's the cyberpunk future, is whales. Just a few suckers keeping the system going for everybody. I don't even know what I'm on about anymore. Actually played Beat Saber, it was really fun. Don't know if I would buy a set just for that. I mean, it's kind of like if I had fucking $400 just burning a hole in my pocket, I'd buy a gun first, I'd buy a Nintendo Switch, I'd probably buy a capture card, but maybe after those things, I'd consider... No, then I'd buy a roll bar for my car. But after those things, maybe I would consider buying a fucking VR helmet, a VR goggles. Maybe. But then you gotta buy the fucking games. I don't know what piracy is like with VR. Is the piracy scene good with VR shit? Probably not. I mean, maybe. But most shit you'd probably just have to buy. And sure, a lot of it's cheap because they're like 2-hour-long games that you'll get an hour enjoyment out of. But still, I mean, that's money on top of the fucking expensive peripherals you gotta buy. And it's like, I just don't see what the point is. And I've said this before, and I'll say it every fucking time VR gets brought up because I'm pissed. I've been given a bill of sale that has not been fulfilled. This isn't VR. It's not a VR. It's not VR. It's not a VR. No, that works. It's not a virtual reality. It's a fucking screen that you strap in front of your eyes. That's all it is. It's not VR. VR is a virtual reality. If VR is a virtual reality, then any game you've ever played is a virtual reality. Which I guess you could make the argument, but clearly that's not what people are fucking talking about. Until I can lay down in a pod and get transported Yu-Gi-Oh! Style into a simulation where I can see Dark Magician's girl's tits in real life, it's not VR. Not real life. Real life is not what in full 3D. Until you can fucking take a sniff, it's not VR. This is how I see it. The only way I'll buy a VR is when they get it like Ready Player One. What, shit? It's shit now. Get it? Ready Player One's bad. No, I know what you mean though. No, exactly. If you could actually like go into it and it feels like you're actually inside of it, not just you have the vision and the hearing. Right? Let me feel things. If they can get the feeling, then like that's leaps and bounds ahead of what they have now. Which, I mean, yeah, you can get one of those VR headsets coupled with the dick-sucking machine so that you can fuck your anime waifu in VR. And you know what? They do say that pornography is usually the forefront of technology. So it makes sense that pornography is the only avenue right now that has something approaching real VR. It still doesn't really help somebody like me who just wants to fucking... just wants to play. I would just enjoy to play some video games. On the other hand, I mean, it sounds like real dangerous territory to start doing VR. Kind of seems like you might get stuck in there or something. Maybe that's like stupid, but you know, it's even like the pod thing. The pod is the ideal form of VR, but I don't know if I'd get in that pod. You know what I mean? What if that thing locks closed and I'm trapped inside of a virtual reality for all time? I've played fucking Final Fantasy Tactics Advance. I know that shit is unhealthy. It's escapism. Michael just wants to play Pokemon, all of the Ring. I never saw the Ring, but I'm pretty sure I know what you're talking about. Isn't this all really VR? If this is all VR, then I want VR inside VR. What do you want me to say? I want it to be like where in Animal Crossing you can play Mario, you can play balloon jump? What's the fucking balloon one called? Balloon bobble? Balloon man? The balloon one. Balloon pilot? Does it even have balloon in the name? Ski free? I don't know what the fucking name is. Balloon fight? Is it balloon? That doesn't sound right at all. You know what I'm talking about. That's what. If this is all a simulation, then just give me fucking another one. All right? That's fine. I don't mind. I mean, balloon fight was just as fun as Animal Crossing, right? Just because it's inside of it doesn't mean it's not as good. Flappy Birds, Bloons Tower Defense. I was definitely thinking of Bloons Tower Defense. Thank you. I forgot to actually switch. Oh no, I did switch. My mind's on autopilot right now, but we are grinding, so this is really just turning into, you know, let's shoot the shit about bad technology for a while, which I'm fine with, you know, as long as none of the Pokemon die while we're doing this, which is, you know, like really It could happen at any moment, but... In fact, I don't... This could take a really long time if we're actually trying to get our Pokemon to level 46. We might not go that far. We might just go, like, somewhat close. I mean, as long as someone like Charlotte is a high enough level, we're going up against a water gym. The type advantage should be pretty good. And I mean, only the strongest Pokemon is going to be level 46. Most of them are going to be around level 40. So even if we get to like that, we should be fine. Maybe even a little less if we just want to fucking end it. Kill ourselves. If this is all simulation, then where's my blonde with big tits? It's not that kind of simulation. You're in a simulation, but you're in a simulation published by Nintendo, so they censored that shit. Can't be switched out. And I can't escape. Okay, Bellsprout's doing something to me that I'm... Okay, well, we're about to get killed by a Bellsprout. Goodbye. I'm joking, but please don't happen. Yeah, okay. Wear a full bodysuit that lets you feel things in-game, and then halfway through a super long game, it just randomly makes you feel as much pain as it possibly can. Yeah, that sounds good. I mean, at least it would be VR. I'm not saying it's like perfect. I'm just saying it would be what it claims to be. Do I not have? I've got paralyzed heals, right? Yeah, I've got 16. Good investment. What if when you die, you're born as yourself just to do the same thing over again, and you were only aware of it in the beginning and the end? You've just described Buddhism. Yeah. Someone's done that one before. I don't believe it. I think most people don't. But that's a quote-unquote real thing. Are you quoting Buddha there? Commit seppuku and play Yakuza 0. We'll see. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not a quitter. Well, I mean, eventually, right? I mean, quitting is fine. I think some people... It's fine to quit when you've already lost, but we haven't lost yet, so I'm not gonna quit. You know what I'm saying? It's like when you're playing chess, as people do. As I'm sure all of you are avid chess fans. You're just a dickhole if you've already know that 4 turns in advance... you've lost. Like there's no way for you to win. If you just keep going, it just makes you look like a complete fool because you must not have noticed that you've already lost the game. But if you haven't, I mean, keep fucking playing. You know, if you've got any chance at all, you know, maybe the other guy will make a blunder. Well, I mean, you shouldn't be counting on a blunder. But like, you know, keep going, but don't fucking just waste your time. Get on to the next match. First word I hear is dickhole. What, like when you were born? I don't play chess, it's a surrogate activity. What do you mean a surrogate activity? I don't think I've heard that phrase before. As in like an activity that doesn't accomplish anything, it's only something to take up your time? Because what are you doing right now, buddy? What do you think this is? Buddha was a good boy. The same life, not a different one. Oh, well, I don't know. Does that mean everyone lives the same life over and over? History is fake? History is bunk? Sounds like someone hasn't been reading their Uncle Ted. It's been a while since I've read Ted Kaczynski. I've got the book. I read Industrial Society and Its Future and the little letters that he sent back and forth with people who were writing him in prison. But I mean, a lot of the shit Uncle Ted, Dr. Theodore J. Kaczynski, a lot of the shit he said was just not right. I mean, a lot of it was, but I mean, a lot of it was also depressing because he kind of thought that we might have reached a point in civilization where the civilization can no longer collapse because of technology, and so there's really no way out. And then he didn't really give a solution to that problem. He just like, oh, oops, oh well. This is just a chat room with one guy playing a video game in the background. Kinda. Why'd I kill the Bellsprout? Give me more fucking blissies, please. We're gonna be here all night. Thank you. well. Have you cleaned your room today? No, I haven't. I haven't cleaned my room since I moved in. My mind is a mess, and I'm fine with that. I mean, they say that your room is a manifestation of your brain, and by they, I mean Dr. Peterson. But I mean, it's also a thing people just fucking say. There's some truth to that, but at the same time, I think a much more accurate representation would be what's your computer like? And I've got a 2-monitor setup, and my desktop on both monitors is completely full of icons, and I currently have over 300 tabs open in Firefox, which is nothing. I used to have over 1,000, but I cleaned it up a little bit. My mind is an expanse, alright? It doesn't make sense. It doesn't, not everything adds up. It's going in fucking 1,000 directions at once. I can't control it. It's nonsense. But, hey, what are you gonna do? We need to throw some shit away. Our inventory's full again. This is, yeah, I don't need that. Don't need that, ever. Okay. My room needs a new fucking carpet. What does that mean for my brain? You spilled some soda? In your brain? Something like that? Your dog took a shit in your brain? I don't know. Don't ask me. I'm just here. Bookmark the tabs, then oh, you don't even fucking want to see my bookmarks. I don't think you understand, man. I've got like tens of thousands of bookmarks. I don't think you're suggesting a solution that is worse than the solution I'm currently using. You're not understanding what this situation truly entails. I've just keep track of too much information. It's probably filled to the brim with porn. Believe it or not, 0 of it is porn. I think, probably, right? I'd like to say 0, but I guess there could be some reason other than jacking off that I might have said, like, that's a funny video. I guess it's technically porn. I don't think so, though. I can't, nah. I'm gonna stick with 0. 0 of it. No, it's just a bunch of information. It's like archiving. I archive shit. I've got like 300 gigs of just music on my computer. I've got just footage of shit. I've got an entire folder, like hundreds of gigs big, of just WebMs. Just cause like, that was funny, I'll save that. Maybe I'll use it in a video 3 years from now. Which happened, that's happened before, so like, you know, maybe not 3 years, but close. At least a year or 2. What books are you reading? I just finished 2001 Space Odyssey, which I was surprised is very... the movie is very faithful to the book. Like, I don't even know if I recommend the book because it's really just the movie. Usually, you know, it's different enough that, like, the book is better, but... And there's, like, a few things the book adds, obviously. But... It's pretty fucking similar to the movie, so it was okay. It was all right. Now I'm about to start the Space Trilogy, C.S. Lewis. Haven't started it yet. C.S. Lewis is the guy who made the Narnia books, but he also made this Space Trilogy book, which is apparently about some guy being abducted by aliens and taken to a different planet where they are reliving the story of the Garden of Eden, but the fucking alien version. Should be good. I'm interested. I haven't started yet though. I just like opened it, and then I went to bed. So I'll read it soon. I recommend taking a crack at Man in the High Castle. I've got that on my shelf. But I've read quite a bit of Philip K. Dick recently. Because I finished A Scanner Darkly sort of recently, which is alright. It's probably not my favorite Dick. That sounds strange. It's not my favorite book by Mr. Dick. But it's not bad. It makes me want to see the movie adaptation, the rotoscoped movie adaptation with Alex Jones in it. Like, as an actor, Alex Jones is in the movie. And I think Keanu Reeves is like the main character. I do want to watch that. But the book was alright. It was pretty good. If you read C.S. Lewis, you should read Screwtape Letters. Yeah, I've seen it. Screwtape Letters, I've seen it. I listened to the audio tape because Screwtape Letters was actually originally a radio play, and then I read the book more recently. And yeah, it's good. I recommend that one. It's interesting. Like, the dynamic, it's basically a series of advice told in reverse. Like, it's these demons talking to each other, writing letters between each other, saying, like, I was doing this to try and fucking get this guy to go to hell. And, like, now he's falling into this little trap of mine, which is gonna make him maybe go to hell. And so, you know, the whole book is basically like, oh, so I should do the opposite of that if I don't want to go to hell. Gotcha. Thanks, book. That sounds bad, but it's like, actually, it's pretty good. It's a really unique take. It's like almost like a morality play or something. You know, like something that in most forms would be kind of ham-fisted, something that's kind of like preachy, but it's done in such a unique way that it's really, it's quite good. Tolkien got C.S. Lewis to convert, apparently. I've heard that, yes, because C.S. Lewis is originally an atheist. And Tolkien's, of course, he was like a hardcore Catholic. Most of his books are about Christian concepts. Oh yeah, no, definitely. I mean, even the Space Trilogy is literally the story of Adam and Eve, but with aliens. So, I mean, even Tolkien, a lot of his shit's about like religious concepts, but a lot of it's a little more hidden. You know, like a lot of it's in more of the lore than the actual story, but the story is pretty obvious too. The story is just the story of like the Crusades. Like, it's pretty basic stuff. I mean, some people say it's compared to like World War II or something, and I definitely see that to an extent. But also it's got a lot of Crusade similarities. But yeah, books are good. You should read them. I don't know if I'm ever gonna make more book review videos. Nobody watches the videos I make, so it's not like I really care. Why am I not hitting? Why am I just missing so much? Oh, because you use minimize a bunch. I might just run away from this one, save myself some time. Please let me run. Shit. Let me run. Okay. Okay. Alright, okay, alright, switch. Please don't fucking die. Like, you don't, okay. Alright, now run. Okay. I'm happy that guy has not been shown up a lot. You ever read The Divine Comedy by Dante? No, I have not. I should. I know it's a classic. I don't actually have it on my shelf. I don't actually own a copy. It's one of those books, this happens a lot with foreign books, with, you know, books written in another language. Most books, I'll go to the bookstore sometimes and just, like, buy books that I've, like, got a good memory with that. Where, like, if I look on a shelf at some bookstore, I'll be able to pick out, like, oh, yeah, I've heard of that one somewhere. You know, some guy on fucking Lit recommended it. I'll check that one out. You know, stuff like that. I've got a pretty, or just, like, books I know I'm interested in. I've got a pretty good, like, running tally in my head of what they are, what I have, and what I don't have. But when it comes to... So what I'm saying is, like, a lot of times I'll just pick up some, you know, random book at a bookstore because I see it and I've heard that it was good, or I heard something about it, or I was interested in the author, or something like that. But when it comes to things that were translated, I don't really do that on a whim because I want to make sure it's actually a good translation. So, like, I have to do research first, and then I have to find out which translation I actually want to get. And then once I find out what translation that is, I'd have to actually go out and find it, not just, like, on a whim, you know. I basically just have to hope that the bookstore has it, instead of the opposite, where I'm just looking for what they have and picking out the good shit. So, it's a little... Most foreign stuff just doesn't work out for me that way. That's why I haven't read much. I haven't read any, like, Tolstoy or Dostoevsky. I don't know what fucking translation to get. This shit's in English, it's simple. Or even the Japanese shit is simple, because there's... didn't mean to save. Because normally there's one translation, and that's it. You pick the one translation that they've got available. And that's like, okay, well, that's fine. Sky uppercut. Is thrown as if leaping into the sky. That's an okay move. And it's better than Mach Punch. But Mach Punch hits first. Maybe I'll just get rid of... No. Huh. I almost want to keep the moves I have, which is weird, because Sky Uppercut is almost just better than Mach Punch. But... okay, I mean, like, I guess Headbutt would be the one that I really don't need. Yeah. Yeah, Headbutt is... Sky Uppercut is almost completely better than Headbutt, the only difference being that Sky Uppercut does more damage and is a stab, but is slightly less accurate, which does suck, because 100% is obviously better, but I don't really need Headbutt. The other... yeah, 3 fighting moves, whatever, that's fine. I did the same thing for the Bible. Well, the Bible's a little easier because... Well, I mean, it's not easy. It's... Yeah, I know what you mean. Because even if they're like... Even... It's not even like there's just one translation of the Bible that's acceptable. It depends on kind of... You almost need multiple translations. I mean, myself, I recommend the patrician choice, the Douay Rheims Challoner version, which is the version that King James took and then bastardized for his purpose of divorcing his wife. But, little exaggerated there, but not much. That's the best version. People say King James. King James is just the Douay Rheims, but they fucking took some books out. Douay Rheims is the best version. But you know, like, the New American's actually supposed to be good. I don't know. That choice wasn't too hard for me, though. The Douay Rheims is like what they've been using for hundreds of years. That's fine for me. The English, you know, it's like the oldest English translation. Dante gives the most accurate portrayal of Satan. How would you know? You getting visions, man? You could say, okay. As a prisoner in hell, not a king. I see what you mean. It's just kind of a funny thing to say. Like, the most accurate. I know the guy, you know, so I can say with certainty that Dante definitely portrayed him most accurately. I don't know, maybe you know the guy. I doubt it. I guess in a way, everybody knows the guy, right? Little voice in your head telling you to do bad things. You know him. Maybe. I don't really get voices in my head personally. That might just be like a crazy person thing. Then again, I'm crazy, so maybe non-crazy people don't. Maybe people who aren't crazy get voices in their head. Man, this grinding's taking a long fucking time, isn't it? I mean, like, I kind of thought this was gonna happen, but fuck. You know what's something I realized? I kind of fucked up a little bit by doing random stats. Because what I thought was going to be the case is, normally when you play through a Pokemon Nuzlocke, some of the Pokemon you get are just bad. And there's not really much you can do about that because they just have lower base stats, right? They're just bad. And I thought by making the stats randomized, we would have a better chance of getting, you know, some interesting Pokemon being used, because Pokemon that normally have bad base stats might get some good ones. And in a couple of cases that happened, sure, but for the most part, we've got like fucking 12 Pokemon in the box, all of which are garbage because their stats were randomized. And basically all of which would be not that bad if their stats weren't randomized. Which is the point at which it's like, oh, maybe they just made it a lot harder. Like, for instance, we had a Typhlosion. Normally, you're playing through a Nuzlocke, you get a Typhlosion, you've won. You know, you've got one of the greatest Pokemon you could it's just a really good Pokemon. Especially to catch early on. Like, that's going to take you through a lot of the game. It's great. Ours was worthless. We didn't even use him until we basically had to, and then he died. Like, immediately. So... Also, we can run into Blissey down here? Is it just more common up there, or why have I been going up there? I thought that place up there was like a little separate, and that's why it was getting more Blissies, but do they just show up anywhere? Am I... Yeah, can I just... I don't know. Let's not mess with what's working, alright? Except it's not working, because I keep fucking hitting this land. Let's... See, this fucking D-pad is terrible, is the problem. How's the second run of Nier Automata going? It's really fun. It's way more fun than the first time I played it, and I already really like the game. Expect my extended thoughts on Nier Automata soon. I am making a 50-minute review of it. I don't know if it's going to be any good. I think it's good, but it's kind of not a sort of video I've done before. I haven't done that many videos, like edited videos like that anyway. So, you know, I'm still trying to, like, figure out how to do them well, how to not take months to do them. But, I think this one will be pretty interesting, if you like analytical sort of shit. With also some comedy mixed in, maybe. Kind of. Depends on what you think is funny. But, yeah, that'll be coming sooner or later. Hopefully it'll be good. I think I'm bringing to light some things that people did not know about the game. I think that's valuable, if nothing else. But basically, the combat system in Nier Automata is really fucking good. And nobody knows that. So, there's your teaser. Watch the video. It'll be coming out hopefully within like a week. I've gotten 27 minutes of it. Finished so far. I've got all the audio recorded, and all the audio right now adds up to be about 54, 52 minutes. Might be, there's gonna be a little bit of cuts there, I'm sure. So it's probably about 50 minutes. Maybe a little less, maybe a little more, if I add some little joke things, but probably not. So, yeah. Look forward to that. Yeah, are you pulling a magnum opus on Nier? I hope. It's kind of, part of it is, after I beat the game, I wanted to make the review about it, and I looked into a few reviews. I didn't watch all of them. There's that YouTuber, Klemps, who has like an extended series on it. I haven't watched his, except like, it's like a 4-part thing. I watched part of the first one. And it seems like almost everyone who talks about the game focuses exclusively on the story. You know, it's all story analysis. What did this mean? What did that mean? What, you know, how does this connect to the older games? All this stuff. And it's like, that's not what I care about at all. I care about the game. You know, how's the music? How's the actual fucking gameplay in a platinum game, right? So, trying to make a review that's like going into everything else. Right? What the story? It is like about 2 minutes of the video. Everything else, there's like 20 minutes on the combat. I'm not gonna say any more about it, right? You're just gonna figure. You're just gonna. At this point, if I keep talking, it's just going to be the video, you know. So just my thoughts on Nier Automata are coming soon. Hopefully the video isn't too sloppy. That's kind of what I'm afraid of, is that it might not be tight. But we'll fucking see, right? Because I can always tighten it up. That might, you know, we'll see. Just wait. I might try out that YouTube Premiere shit for this, because it's kind of weird. I don't really know how I feel about it. It's basically a copy of Twitch's thing, which it was even weirder on Twitch. Like, Twitch added this feature, if you don't know about it, where someone can premiere a video on Twitch so that all these people can watch live, I think. Actually, I don't even know if it is live, but I don't know if it is on Twitch. But you're supposed to be able to watch some video that they premiere on Twitch. I don't really know what the point of that is. Twitch isn't really for videos, it seems, other than VODs, but whatever, they're branching out. Whatever. But then YouTube copied that idea, because it actually makes a lot of sense on YouTube, to where you can premiere a video so that there'll be like a countdown for the video, and then you and all your fucking 20 subscribers can watch the can watch it live, can watch the video the moment it's released, and all watch it at once and say like, wow, I fucking despise this, you did a really bad job. And then I can be like, wow, I'm really happy I got this live so that I could get disappointed immediately. Which sounds fun, you know, it's kind of like a neat little thing. Interesting idea, so maybe I might try that out. This grind is brutal. Yeah, this has kind of just become, it's just me shooting the shit. This grind is absolutely fucking ridiculous. And it almost makes me, I kind of want to play another Pokemon, Nuzlocke at some point. Probably not right away, but maybe not that long. I've got a lot of fucking games to play, though. But part of the thing is, I'm trying to think of how we could adjust this to maybe lessen the grind a little bit. Or we could just play something else that's kind of similar. I've been thinking about starting a campaign of, like, a Fire Emblem game or something. Simply because, like, you know, it's a very similar idea if you play it the way it's supposed to be played, where if any of your characters die, you lose them. Which I've never actually played a Fire Emblem game like that. Like, I've tried it. No, that's not true. I played Awakening like that. But eventually you get to a point where either too many people die or you just stop doing that rule because you don't like it anymore. Whereas on a stream or something, you're basically forced to do it, which is good. That's one of the reasons why games like grand strategy games I have more fun out of streaming them, is because I can't just like save scum, because people are watching. But you could just say hell with it and fight the gym now. That's tempting. I'm almost at that point. I'll say that. I'm almost considering, because like our Pokemon are almost up to, okay, Rot Surtsno's dead. Nope. Oh. Oh. Okay. I thought for sure he was dead right there, but sweet. There we go. Yeah, I might just fight the gym now because I'm fucking lazy. Yeah. Yeah. I'm just like done with grinding. And basically, I just think like, hey, is this worth the grind just so that we can probably die anyway? No. I hate grinding. You know, I like shooting the shit. You guys are great, but, I don't like grinding.